That's exactly
You
right.
know, on the usability front, you know, I think there were a few other things there that you want to highlight as well that have happened.
Yeah, community is large, and you see that's one of the advantages of open source. The contributions are coming from various users of the product itself. So some of these are actually coming from the users who are using the product and contributed to the open source. I just picked a subset of those. Didn't have all the list of the things here, but you can see uh, the Kubernetes also has frequent releases, and now it started deprecating some of these APIs. So Spinnaker now provides the ability to deploy based on the API versions of the target environment and auto adjusting the APIs required to deploy there. And, and because the Spinnaker also is a DevOps tool, provides you one place where we can look at target environment status and pipeline audit. Is the logs from the custom jobs uh, proportional to the size of the namespaces that you are using? So it makes it easy to actually clear the jobs out, but still access the logs by storing these logs in external systems like Splunk or Elastic. So essentially, these are all usability improvements while improving the performance of the backend systems and cost management. And of course, the big ones are GCP Cloud Run support, Azure SDK, and the big improvements. The CD events is a standard. So the Tecton and others, even Argo CD, they're all adopting CD events. And Spinnaker also now supports CD events for triggering pipelines, and there will be additional support for CD events coming in the next year. The couple of things that we have done, so that's exciting also in terms of integration of test framework for the OSS. So right now, most of the tests are done with the unit test framework at the PR time, but there are a few things that we need to do as an integration test. For example, we have S3 as a storage framework for your accounts. So how do you test those? Those are all the extensions that we have done, making it a lot more reliable and faster releases. And the security integrations that are with the Spiffy and Spire is also exciting. And there are discussions on that. That's something I'm looking forward to as well.
That's great. Good stuff. Good stuff. Bob, from a product standpoint, any commentary you want to add on some of these?
Yeah, look, I think you know, being sort of a more traditional product guy, you can almost see, and what I always love when I watch a community, you know, sort of be able to prioritize based on the needs of its users without somebody like me, right? It's awesome, right? It's really good to see that, and I think it goes directly to sort of how strong that community is and how strong that group of users and the folks that are at the core of that community are, because they're responding to those needs, right? They're evolving the product, and you know, you're watching it right before your eyes sort of morph itself into sort of what the next generation of Spinnaker users needs.
Right.
Anyone that spent any time in commercial software knows, you know, that's in sort of the commercial software space, that's what a guy like me is there to do, right? And so it's
Right.
awesome to see that happen and sort of and sort of, you know, sort of morph itself right into that community, because I look at this and think to myself, boy, I don't think I would have done anything different. I don't think there's be a lot I could contribute to that. I think the community has sort of figured that out on their own, so it's really impressive.
Well, and the community often does a lot. No offense, Bob, but the community often moves a lot faster than your product guys move. So
Absolutely.